Hello to my party people out there in radio land. 2018, 2018, 2018, 18 times. So today, stop holding your breath. Stop holding your breath. Okay. So basically, when you hold your breath, you block your blessings. You block your blessings. So think about the process of breathing. Right? It's vital to your survival in this life, in this realm, right? So it's mine, yours, hers, everybody. You got to breathe in order to live. To live is to breathe, right? Death is the opposite of that, which we talked about, the fact that death doesn't exist already. So the process of breathing, you inhale, and then without even thinking, you exhale, right? And this is an automatic function for every living being. Every living being that intakes oxygen for survival does it automatically, right? It's not something that you have to voluntarily do, but you can voluntarily not do it, right? So think about the fact that not once in your life have you ever, you or nobody that you've known, have known, will ever know, have ever worried about where your next breath will come from, ever. You have never worried about where you was going to get your next oxygen fix. So even if you say, well, I know some people who are on oxygen, machines and blah, blah, blah. That's beyond the scope of what we're talking about. But even still, they knew that the oxygen was always available to them. Whether or not they were able to physically, intake the oxygen is a whole different story. But they knew, oxygen is around you, right? Whether you believe in the existence of anything outside of yourself, you know that when you wake up, when you take a breath, when you come from underwater, right? When you come from any oxygen deprived place, that the first thing that you're going to be able to do is inhale, right? It's going to be there. You don't have to pay nobody. You don't have to ask for permission, nothing like that, right? So it is a vital part of life, right? Because it is a vital part of life, it exists in abundance, right? You need that. Everything that you need is already abundant to you, right? Because that's how the universe works. That's how God works. Everything that we need to survive on earth, quote unquote, my air quotes are back, all right? Whatever that means to you, is provided for us. How nice, right? How coincidental is that? We need plenty of fresh water. We have that, We need food. It grows naturally. We need oxygen. Oh, look, these big things that we call trees actually produce that, right? They take in our waste, our carbon dioxide, and then they produce what we need, right? It's just all a beautiful dance, right? So knowing that everything that you need is provided for and has always been provided for, whether or not you were able to access it or not at that moment, it was there. It was provided for you. Knowing that and knowing that we exist in an abundance state of being, why on earth would you worry about where your finances would come from? It really makes no sense, right? It makes no sense. There is money everywhere. You say, oh, well, it's just the economy right? That's what they want you to think. That's what the powers that be, they want to keep you in a poverty mindset. They want to keep you at a low vibration. They want you to believe in those things, right? So that they can justify their having more of it and you're not even changing your mind and changing your mindset to be able to attract the abundance that they've created for themselves, right? Because we all have the same capabilities, right? Just like they were able to create it, so too are you. So that's how the universe works. It's not that some people are favored by the universe and others aren't, right? So knowing that money is everywhere. So you say, well, we need money to live. Of course, again, some people don't. Some people operate outside of that. But for the most part, if you are living in society, quote unquote, you need money to function. So knowing that money is everywhere. Like in a physical sense, okay, what we use, it's from trees or cotton, however you want to break that down. We have an abundance of that. And then the currency in and of itself is everywhere. We don't let nobody tell you like, there's not enough money to go around and there's physical. No, that's a lie. That's a lie. You want to know how I know that's a lie? Because look at the feds and the fact that they have to destroy money. They have to keep the process of creating an economy is a very fine dance, right? If there's too much of it, too much physical currency in circulation, it's called inflation, right? And that's when you have like during World War One with Germany and all of that, and you have the pictures in the books where you see people literally lighting their stoves with, currency because it was useless, right? It was too much of it in supply, right? And then so that's how it works, right? It's supply and demand. So they have to make sure that there is just the right balance. So what does the government do, right? At the end of the year, they shred old money. They shred money that usually the older bills that are worn and just no longer really functional, like they are too crumply and just in poor condition. But they also just crumble money that has been made in excess of what is supposed to be out there, right? It's like checks and balances. Perfectly good money. Why would they do that, right? Why do they destroy money? Why do they shred it? Because if it's too much in circulation, then the value goes down. Supply and demand. When something is exclusive, it's more expensive. It's the same with money. We use that concept when we buy things with money, but it also applies to money in and of itself. So that's that point, right? Money, there's everywhere. We have more than enough. We have enough to literally burn at the end of the year or shred. So knowing that physical money exists in abundance, in surplus, actually, then so too should you trust that it will be there when you need it, just like oxygen, right? It's just like oxygen. Holding your breath and panicking stops the flow of oxygen to your body. That's what it does. That's why they say when something happens, do not panic. The last thing to do is panic. The first thing I want you to do is breathe, right? There's a reason for that. Because when you panic, you hold your breath, you don't breathe, and then you exacerbate the situation, right? So holding your breath never works out well for you. That's what you don't want to do. Likewise, do not hold your economic, air quotes again, hey, breath, right? Don't stop the flow of financial oxygen to you. Because guess what? It's going to come to you anyway. It already exists all around you. Look around you. Even if you have nothing, you can look around you and see people with things. Even if you're like, I don't know nobody with no money. Well, I bet you have seen, if you go outside, you're going to see somebody driving a car. No matter what type of car it is, that car takes money, right? It takes gas, it takes maintenance. So that's money. You see it around you. You see things around you. You see stuff that was built, that was purchased. That's money. It's all the same vibration. So it's going to come to you naturally. You don't have to do anything for it to come to you. Just like oxygen. It already exists, right? You are a divine being. You don't need to worry. You don't need to do anything. It's already there. So the fact that it's already there and it's something that you need, right? You require, or even let's say something that you desire. Maybe you say, well, I don't need it. I desire it. The universe is all the same, right? The universe loves you anyway. So if you want something, it's done. It's as strong of a vibration as if you needed it, because that's how it works, right? You just know that it's already there and stop blocking it. Stop holding your breath. Even though you can't see it, right? Just like oxygen, baby. That's all I got to say. So thank you for listening. Have a great week. I hope you're having a good start to your new year, and peace out. Love, light, laughter. Bye.